Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, we're going to be working on lesson 19, which our aim is how do we divide 2 and 3 digit dividends by multiples of 10 with single digit quotients and make connections to a written method, which sounds more complicated than it is. Trust me on this. Okay, first thing we're going to do is review lesson 18. So I'm going to go through this really quickly, and if you need to go back and view the video from lesson 18 or go back to your notes from lesson 18, that's what you need to do. Okay, so we first round our divisor. 28 becomes 30, and then we round our dividend. 908 becomes 900. So we're doing 900 divided by 30, and our answer is 30. So remember, we broke this up. We looked at our unit, and our unit is tens. So we did 900 divided by 10 divided by 30 divided by 10, which is equal to 90 divided by 3, which is equal to 30. Remember? Okay, so I'll give you another hint on the next one, and then you're on your own. So 33 would round to 30. And 152, I would round that to 150 because we're in the unit of tens, but 3 and 15 are both part of the 3 times table, right? So 15 is a multiple of 3. So it's easy to divide those numbers. So you're going to stop, you're going to take a minute, you're going to work in your notebook. You're going to write down these 4 problems, and you're going to estimate, and here's fanciness for you, estimate and divide. Okay, that's what you're doing. Then come back. Okay, so hit pause, do all that work, and then come back. Okay, so here we go. As a review, or just sort of like a point to make, is you can skip count by anything. So if we're going to skip count by 21, what would our next number be? You're going to add 21, so it would be 42. And your next number after that, so you're going to add 21 to 42, and you're going to get 63. Does everyone see that? So I'm skip counting by 21, 42, 63. You have to take a minute and actually, you might need paper and pencil to add this up. But what I want you to do is keep going 10 times until you have skip counted by 21 10 times. Same thing for 43. The next number in this pattern would be 86. Because I'm skip counting by 43. So I start with 43, add 43, get 86, and so on. So your directions for this in your notebook is you're going to skip count 10 times for each number, 21 and 43. Okay, so you're going to go from 21, 10 times till whatever you end up with. 43, 10 times till whatever you end up with. You kind of figure that out in your head, what 10 times these numbers is going to be when you get all the way to the end. Okay, so you're going to do that in your notebook. And so you're going to hit pause, you're going to come back, and we're going to keep going. Here's our word problem. At the Highland Falls Pumpkin Growing Contest, the prize-winning pumpkin contains 360 seeds. The proud farmer plans to sell his seeds in packs of 20. How many packs can he make using all the seeds? So our division problem is going to be the whole, which is 360 seeds divided by 12 in a pack. Okay, so we're going to use our rounding skills in a second, but first we're going to break this up. So here's where this lesson is different than the other lesson. So 360 divided by 12, we're working in a tens unit. Okay, so we're going to go 36, we're breaking up the 360, 36 times 10 divided by 12. You guys got that? Right? Okay, so we have this broken up. 36 times 10 equals 360, and we're dividing that by 12. So now to make it easier on ourselves, we're going to switch this. And we're going to say 36 divided by 12 times 10. Okay, which is basically the same thing as this, but here we broke it down. So now we're taking this piece, we're taking 36 and 12, and then what's left over is the 10, so that comes here. Okay, this is a little tricky, but this is what we're going to do. So 36 divided by 12, well, 36 is a multiple of 12. 12 times what gives me 36? The answer to that is 3. 3 times 10, because that's what I need to do next, because that's what's left, and the answer is 30. So if we broke it up, we would get this number because we're using the unit form. So the answer is 30. Can you do just long division and figure out the problem and get the same answer? Yes. However, this lesson is focused on doing this. So this is what we're working on. The next couple of problems, we have 70 divided by 30. So we're going to estimate that. Whoop. And we would estimate the whole, which would be 70, would round to 60 because 6 is part of the 3 times table. 6 is a multiple of 3. We're working in the tens unit. Everybody with me so far? You should be able to understand this because it's pretty much a review. So then we have divided by 10 in our head. Okay, we could do that now. And we're left with 6 divided by 3, and the answer is 2. However, now we want to put back the 10 that we took out when we estimated. Okay, so step 1 is we're estimating. Step 2, we're finding the answer once we divide by 10. So that's the answer. Step 4 is the answer with the 10 left over that we took out of 70 from before. Now we have to put it back, okay? We have to put it back in as a check. We have to make sure that we can do that and do it accurately. So 30 times 2 was the 60, right, over here, plus 10 equals 70. Does everyone understand that? So it's basically the answer to 70 divided by 3 is 2 remainder 10. This is the check. you're putting back the remainder to get the whole. All right, let's do another couple of these since this is different. Okay, so we have 430 divided by 60. So what we're going to do first is estimate. We're going to estimate the whole. Okay, we're leaving the divisor this time. So what is a close number to 430 that would be divisible by 6? So 43 is not divisible by 6. But what number is very close to that is divisible by 6? 42, right? So that would be 420 divided by 60. And then you would get 42 divided by 6. And your answer would be 7. Here we divided by 10 in our head. So we got this algorithm and then this answer. But this is an approximation. It's about 7. It does not equal 7. So now to get the actual answer, we have to, let's do long division. Let's figure it out, okay? So 430 divided by 60. So we know it's going to be about 7. Does everyone agree with that? Because we did an estimate. So we would put our 7 over here because we're dividing by 430. We did not divide by 10 at this point. We're still in the tens unit. So 7 times 60 is right here. It's 420. Subtract 0, 1. So now we have 10 as our remainder. Okay? So what we're going to do, you know how you would write your remainder 10 here? So now they want an algorithm at the end to prove this. So this is your written form. So you would do 420 plus 10 equals 430, right? So you would get 60, I'm sorry, I'm doing this sort of backwards, times 7 would give us 420. Then we have the remainder of 10, and we're putting that here. And then when we get our answer, when we add everything together, we have 430, and 430 circles back to that. Okay, does that make sense? So we're going to do the next one. 572 divided by 90. So let's do that. 572 divided by 90. Okay, we're keeping the divisor. Remember that part. This time we're keeping the divisor. We're not changing the divisor. So what number is close to 572 that's easily divisible by 90? So what number is close to 57 that's easily divisible by 9? So we think about it. 60, no. 50, no. 55, no. Oh, but 54 is. So 540 divided by 90 would be easy for me to divide. So what you would be doing in effect is taking your 572 and you're going to break it up into 540, and what's left over? 32, right? So 540 plus 32 equals 572. Do you agree with that? That's pretty clear. So now I'm using the 540 here to divide it by 90. Okay? So let's keep going. So 500, so how many groups of 90 are in 540? Think about that. 54 divided by 9 is what? 6, right? 6 groups of 90. Okay, so what we're going to do is our estimate, which we did already here. That becomes then 54 divided by 9. And the answer there is 6, which if you look, you have right here. Okay, does that make sense? But we need to add this back in. So we have 572 divided by 90. We already decided 6 is what we're going to go with. So 90 times 6 is 540. We subtract that. 2, 3. This number is the same as this number. Okay? So basically when we do our check, we have 6 plus 31, plus 32, sorry, because it's a remainder of 32. Okay? So when we do our check, we do 6 times 90, which equals 540. And then we have our 540 plus our remainder of 32 equals 572. Whoa, that is a 7. And this is the same as this, is the same as this. Okay? So that is today's lesson. Okay, that was a little bit longer than normal, but I needed to break this up for you guys. So again, write down any questions you have, any comments you have, do a couple of the practice problems that I gave you to do tonight, and then come to school tomorrow prepared to talk about this and prepared to work this through. All right? Have a good night, you guys. See you in the morning.